Hello everyone, welcome to this hands-on session where we will be setting up the complete MERN stack related software requirements on your local machine. Whether you are a developer stepping into full stack development or a student preparing for some project work, I think this setup is essential for building modern web applications. In this video, actually, I'll guide you through each step from installing Visual Studio, Node.js, MongoDB, Postman, Docker, and even Chrome as well, right? Chrome browser, right? With the help of which I think you all can work on full stack development or MERN. We are not installing React, we are not installing Express as of now because that will be part of during the training program, right? So that we'll do later. But yes, I think with these tools, that will be pretty enough to start developing robust full stack applications right from your own machine, right? So let's grab a coffee, like follow along, and let's get your environment ready for the action actually, guys, right? So this document actually I have prepared just for your reference only, right? So you can scroll down for your hardware, for your software. You have to keep on clicking these different options for Visual Studio, Node.js, MongoDB, Compass, Postman, Docker, and Google. You can see I have opened up every one on your verticals, right? Let's click on Studio first. My point is just to download all the softwares over here. So I just created one software folder, right? Let's open up with Node.js. Let's go for the installation of Node.js LTS version, stable version, right? I would say it's a good tool, right, to go for development, mainly for React and Angular. Let's go with further with community edition for your MongoDB, right? Let's go with Windows 64 MSI download. Let's save this as well, right? Let's move to Compass as well, right, which is a GUI version for interaction with the MongoDB, right? Again same, right? 64 exe, yes. Let's save it this as well, right? Let's move to the Postman, right? Another good tool to check for API. Let's save this as well, right? Let's hit the target for Docker as well, right? Which is very important piece, right, when it comes to deployment part, right? Let's go with the very first installation, right? First option. Let me save this as well. And let's start with Chrome, and yeah, so let's save this as well, right? So I think like we have approximately downloaded every stuff. On my machine I'm having most of softwares already, but I just tried in front of you guys so that you can do it on your own, right, by just checking out these options, how I'm installing those pieces, right? So I think Docker is about to finish, and then Chrome, yes, that's also about to finish, right? Let's wait for a couple of more minutes. It's a good practice, right, to put up every software on the folder within a folder and then start triggering the installation of those pieces one by one, because this will give us the proper steps actually, right? Anyways, let's move to our folder where I have placed that particular file, right? All the set of files, right? Now let's start with I think with Visual Studio, right? That's the editor first. Let's go with this Microsoft Visual Studio code. Let's go with accept. Let's click on next. This is the very important part because this is option wherein you need to install it on automatically configuration on edit environment variables, right? So please don't skip that. Installation I have started, because most of the time people usually forgot to like click on that option which doesn't like add entry within your edit environment variables, right? So you need to do that piece as well, right? So please do remember that part, right? Otherwise you have to do it manually, right, within edit environment variables, right? Now no need to install, like no need to launch, right? Let's move on to, okay, let's do one thing. Let me create one folder where I can put up whatever I have done, right, for the installation part. Let me say done. Let me track this. Okay, now this is done, right? So now let me trigger with node. Like I said, like Node is good one to create the environment right for your any application, whether it is React, whether it's Angular, or even if it is Node plus Express as well, right? Right now it's figuring out some time. Mostly it's just checking because, as I said, I am already having all the softwares on my machine, so maybe it's just checking what is going on, what is the configuration already there within the system, maybe version checking and all that, right? That's what it's taking some time, right? Okay, now just click on next and then select this. You can change the location if you want, otherwise let's proceed further. Here also you can see that's the very important part, right? Node.js and npm entry should be there on your edit environment variable, which I told in VS Code as well, right? This part is like you can go for, like, if you want to get into some sort of additional requirement, right, for additional library. So either you can check, let me uncheck and then click on next, and let me trigger with the install part, right? Depending on speed of your machine, right, so it goes on that way, right? That is the only point, right? So then we'll trigger towards MongoDB as well, right? Let's wait for a couple of minutes for the installation of this thing, right? Let's click on finish. Let me drag node as well to the done section. Let's trigger MongoDB. See, this is the software which is required to install your mainly the MongoDB database part, right? And then we'll move towards the compass as well, right? Which sometimes it's a part of your MongoDB application as well, right? Select all of them, right? I just selected the custom part. Now it's purely up to you. You want to go with the domain or with the network service. I'll go with the standard one, which is selected by default. Let's click on next. Let's next and next install, right? As I told you, like I'm already having Visual Code, then Node, then MongoDB as well. Yeah, see, it's showing me that it has already application is running. So let's close it, right? Let's click on OK now. Hopefully it will close the previous existing MongoDB setup, right? Compass is the one like through which we can interact with MongoDB. Sometimes people use shell as well, right? I'm sure you must have heard that even in MySQL also you have CUI as well as workbench. Workbench is something like through which you GUI based you can check with how things are working, right? That is the only thing, right? Now to check with Node, yes, it is there, right? So that means the installation of Node.js is done. But if you want to get into like you want to test things are working, so I would suggest to open command prompt first. You can go with node-v. That'll give you a simple command to test the version. Then there is something called npm-v as well. The difference, you better get the idea, but I'll suggest to like I'll brief it out. I would say that no, npm is all about your node package manager. So whenever you want to install any module or something like that, so you need to use npm command actually. Yes, it's done. I think so, right? MongoDB Compass is being installed, right? Yeah, it is installed, right? That's great. That's great. Starting the services, MongoDB services. So we are about to, I think, finish with the no. I think some problem is there, right? I think that is the confliction, right? Let me ignore this. Let me cancel this, right? Finish. Let me try. Right. Okay, I think so. Okay. Okay, fine. Let's do one thing. I'm putting up this. Okay, let's try with Postman. We'll see about MongoDB, right? Postman, as I said, it is a like quick API tool, right, to check your endpoints, right, for API. I think it's almost done. Yes, it's done. Great. It's very quick software, right? Then we can trigger with Docker, which I'm already having. Yes, it's asking for update. Let's click on yes. Let's update that, right? It's unpacking files, right, so that later installation can be triggered. Docker, as I said, like it is good for your containerization, right? So means once the React app is done, so we'll dockerize right within the same, right? Let's start with the Chrome as well, right? So that we can have both the softwares in parallel, right, for the installation part, right? And these days, corporates, right, they are using this Docker, right? We'll learn about Docker, right? And we'll see that how Docker is really helpful, right? Yes, Google Chrome is done. That's cool. I was talking that in corporate, right? Yes, people are actually using this Docker, right, to hold the output, or you can say the entire deployment within the Docker, actually. Let's go with services. I think so. Let's check. Meanwhile, is it really services are working or not? Right. Let me check that. Right. Give me a second. Right. No, not MMC. Right. No, I think so. It is wrong. Let me open services back again. Yes, here it is services. Right. Let me find out. Where is my MongoDB? It is not starting actually. Let me do it, right. Give me a second, right. Properties, start. No, I think it's the problem is there, right. I think we need to remove first, right. I think so, right. We'll do it, right. We'll do it, fine. Let me check with compass again, right. Let me try with localhost connect. No way. I think that is the only option, guys, right. We need to remove the previous version, right. See, it's showing the error as well, right. And I won't feel like when I'll about to connect, so it will work, right. No way, not no not possible. I think so, right. Okay, no worries. Let's Docker to be finished, then we'll move towards the removal of previous version of your MongoDB, right. Installation is going on, right. I think we are about to done with Docker. So let's open meanwhile. Yeah, it is done, right. Let's put it there. Let's open a Visual Studio Code as well, right. Let's try with the basic node, right. Let me close the current folder, say file new, open folder. Let me create the folder called, let's say, test. Let's try with basic piece. Let's open terminal first. Let me click yes as well, right. Let's create the environment first, npm init hyphen y, right. Meanwhile, let me close this, right. Npm right. Oh no, it's npm init hyphen y, right, exactly. Now let me create one file as well, right. So package.json gets created. Let me create one file, server.js, right. Simple command, console.log, as usual, welcome, right. Let me save this. Let me go back to this clear screen, node server.js. I think it should print. Yes, oops, that's cool. It's working fine, perfect. So I think almost we are done. Now let's move to your MongoDB, right. Let's you can check it out, like these are the two versions of MongoDB. Let's remove the previous one. We'll do one thing, we'll uninstall the previous version which I installed last year to 2024, and we'll go for the repair part for 2025. See, this is 25. Let's modify, click on next, click on repair. Hopefully it will work, otherwise I'll have to remove every piece of MongoDB from our machine. You have to reinstall, we have to restart the machine, and then I'll have to go for the fresh installation of MongoDB. But let's see, before that I hope this will work, right. So repair starter, right. Let's copy new files. I think it's a bit quicker as compared to the last one, right, because last I think it's to keep on trying to like have the safe installation of the new version, right. The files are getting copied. Yes, I think it's service and started, right? Oh, cool, it's done, finish, right? There is no error as of now, right? That's great. Let me try with MongoDB Compass. Let me start with service first, right? Exactly. Yeah, let me search for Mongo. Oh, guys, right? See, it's already running. That's superb. Superb, superb, superb. There is no need to like explicitly run this. Let's go to Compass and let me check with the localhost directly. Let me connect. Oh, guys, that's superb. See, fraction of second we are able to run this, right? This is amazing, right? I think this is perfect, right? So actually, frankly speaking, like I think that's it. Your MERN stack environment is now fully set up, and you have installed Visual Studio on your machine so that you can write code. We did Node.js so that we can have basic platform, and further we did MongoDB for your database part, and the Docker, like I said, to place your React application within container. And finally, we opted for Postman as well in order to test your APIs, and I would say like Chrome browser as well, like in order to like trigger your applications, whatever you do in your React, so will keep on running on over the Chrome browser itself, right? And that's all about your FSD application. So we haven't done React actually, or not even the Express, but that will be a part of like during the training program we'll do that. And as we will do both of them, we'll do it actually when we start with the training program for your MERN part, right? But from here, at least you can actually start building your application. You can start working on your testing your APIs. Let's say later when we start working with your express part, you can start testing your API. And then when you want to create your front end using React and back end using Express, and you want to test, you want to create some microservices, something like that, yes, you can do that piece as well, right? So it's like all about scaling your skills as a full stack developer. So guys, if you found this walkthrough helpful, feel free to share it with others, and stay tuned for more tutorials related to FSD, full stack development, and wherein we will deep dive into building real world projects using MERN stack. Thanks for watching, guys. Happy learning, and I mean like happy coding, right? Okay guys, bye. Thank you. Bye bye.